Good morning. I'm up in Murray Sunset National Park at the Lake Becking camping area. Incidentally, tank and a toilet here. So I'm setting off on the 3-day remote walk. So heading up towards Mount Crozier today. I haven't done this walk for a little while. It's mostly sand dunes. There is a salt lake, which I'll see in a minute, which is Lake Becking. It's a good walk. It's different. It's through mallee country, so it's slightly unusual. There's no big mountains or water views, although I think Lake Becking will probably have a little bit of water in it this morning. There's been a bit of rain up here. So yeah, I'll spin the camera out and show you what I'm looking at, eh? So there we go. I'm not sure whether it's Murray Sunset Remote or Sunset Remote. It's all the same though. There's Lake Becking. So I'm gonna wander around the side of that. So, Lake Becking, obviously a salt lake. This is an area of Victoria where they used to harvest the salt back in the day. So there's a bit of salt mining kind of infrastructure around this area of Pink Lakes. There's there's probably half a dozen or a dozen of these lakes in the area. This is the only one I'm going to walk past though, really, I think, from memory. It's been a while since I did this. I did this about 3 or 4 years ago with Joanne. But I didn't have the vlog in those days. So I think it's on my old blog, maybe. Incidentally, if this lakeside bit that I'm walking is too soft, which it can be after rain, there's a bit of a track up on the dunes to my left. I'm heading over towards that end of the lake. So the salt harvesters laid timber down. It's like cording to get access to the lake bed, to the salt back in the day. A lot of places around you can still see it. Obviously you can see it here. Sometimes you can see it stretching halfway out to some of these lakes. Okay, I'm leaving Lake Becking, heading into the scrub. So what the go is, you walk along here to an old fence line, and then you follow the fence line pretty much north for miles, kilometres. From memory, it's been a while, but yeah, I think that's what the go is. Just saw my first roo. He wasn't hanging around for a photo. Plenty of spinifex and mallee, and that'll be pretty much the standard for the whole track. Okay, I've reached this old fence line. It's you can just see it here, I suppose. It's pretty well gone nowadays though. You can see the old posts. So I pretty well follow this now for, I'm guessing 10 Ks. I've got a tank in about 5 Ks, so I might stop there for lunch. So I've arrived at the Saltbush Flat tank. I'm heading towards Mount Crozier. I was going to stop for a drink, for lunch, but it's not even lunchtime yet. Just check the tank's got a bit of water in it. Yep, that's good. All right, I don't need water today, but I may well need it on the way back. So I wonder If that old lake, that dry lake bed, that's saltbush flat out there, I guess. I'm going to keep going for another half hour or so. At least get after 12 o'clock before I stop. It's so nice walking through here today. On the drive up, it was hovering around 0 to -3, got -4 at one stage up around Kyneton. It's a beautiful day now. It's probably mid-teens. There's a light zephyr blowing. The sand has had a bit of rain recently, so it's reasonably firm. Blue sky, middle of winter. Absolutely brilliant. So the plan today is, up just past Mount Crozier. There's a camp, a walkers camp. That'll be about an 18k day. That's not bad because it's a 6.5 hour drive up here. So I'll probably call it there, I reckon, providing there's some water there in the tank. That's a long way in the future though. Okay, I'm still rolling along this old fence line. I'm heading up probably about 1 kilometre from where the track splits and turns into a loop. And I reckon I'll stop around about there and have some lunch. I've worked up a bit of a sweat now. Okay, just enjoyed lunch under the pines here. This is a nice spot. This is at the corner, or where the kind of circuit joins up with itself. I'm heading up towards Mount Crozier now. That's the way I'll come back in a couple of days. And that's where I walked from this morning up there. All right. So that fence line, I more or less leave it. It's here still, but I kind of weave around a bit from now on. Don't exactly follow it. All right, the next milestone will be the actual top of Mount Crozier, I suppose. Okay, I well and truly left that fence line now. I'm just weaving my way over dunes and across kind of claypans. Quite a few roos around this area. So it's a little bit more climbing as I get closer to Mount Crozier. It's all pretty gentle, but it is on soft sand. Well, it's not super soft, but soft enough. Do get some views though. So I'm kind of walking at the top of a high sand dune along here. It's at the top of a high ridge. It's obviously vegetated, but the country drops away on both sides of me. There's been no people along here for a while. Quite a few animal tracks. So progress is still being made. done about 12 k's so far today. So the roos have actually got a little bit of water. Which isn't normal for here. There's been a bit of rain. So I'm pretty well on Mount Crozier. I think that could be it, just to my right. It's not a great tall mountain. It's really just an extension of these sand dunes. There's certainly not any big mountains around, that's for sure. Okay, made it to Mount Crozier. So the campground is down the bottom of the hill past the four-wheel drive camp. So down over there somewhere. I think that could be it over there. It's a little bit away from the four-wheel drive camp, which is just down here in the trees. I'm gonna have a break. I've got an apple I can eat. Tomorrow I head over that way towards Mount Jess, I think. Okay, it's time to get down to camp. Had a bit of a break at the top of Mount Crozier up here. There's enough service you can jump online if you need to up here, but there's nothing down the bottom. And I'm not going to walk back up tonight. Probably only 10 minutes from camp. Now I've got to walk through the four-wheel drive campsite, I think, and then I'm pretty much at the Walkers Camp, which is pretty basic from what I can remember. So that's a four-wheel drive camp down there. This water tank, 200 metres. That's my camp, I think. Okay, here's the tank. Just got to find myself a suitable patch of flat ground, maybe with something to sit on. This is looking a little bit promising over here. Maybe. Maybe put the tent up over there, maybe do my cooking on the log here, I reckon. Okay, so this is a Mount Crozier Walkers Camp. So that's the tank over there. I think there might be a toilet over in the four-wheel drive campsite if you go back a few hundred metres. I didn't go and have a look. So all this is just some flat ground, basically on a clay pan. I've got the kitchen set up, I'm cooking tea, tent's up. I think it might be time to sign off. It'll be an early night tonight, I think. It's going to be pretty chilly, but it's not going to be super cold, I don't think. There's no one around. Four-wheel drive camp's deserted, I think, by the sounds of it. Okay, that's day one of my Murray Sunset remote walk done. So, like I said, I walked from Lake Becking camp, kind of car park, to the remote camp at Mount Crozier today. It's about 17.8 k's I walked. I didn't start till 11 and I was here by 4, so it's not particularly hard walking. Although the second half of the day there was a little bit more dunes and soft sand, like big dunes I was climbing up. So after I left the loop bit of the track where I had some lunch, it did get a bit harder, but it's still not too bad. 260, 270 metres climbing or something, I think it was. All right, I've had tea. I'm just going to jump in the tent soon. I'll just do some washing up. But yeah, good day. Tomorrow, head over towards Mount Jess camp, and then we'll see whether I stop there or whether I fill up some water and just bush camp. If I stop there, it's about another 20k, 19 k's, I think it is, maybe a bit less, or maybe 19. But it leaves me at 20 something on the last day, or I could go a little bit further tomorrow and have an easier last day. We'll see how we go. I'll see how I feel tomorrow after today. I haven't done much walking lately, so all right. I'll catch you in the morning. It's going to be a chilly night, I'd say, because there's not a cloud in the sky. So we'll see how the dew situation is. All right. See you in the morning.